it is so baffling to me, man. How do you your hypest thing is literally the free stuff? Why is there not a new activity to talk about at least? Every new season, we got a new activity to grind, and now we can't even get one for an annual expansion. Exactly. Now people will burn out and then complain there's nothing else to do. That's what I'm saying. Like that, there's only a certain amount of stuff that people can do in the portal, and people are going to literally just be done. Like that's already going to happen with what is going on. Beware of over delivery. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, people are already going to get burnt out with just the niche portal content. People are going to get literally burn out, make art ball, explore. Like people are already going to get burn out. The least amount of content you put in, the quicker people consume it, and the sooner they're going to be bored. Like the fact that I can't continue to play the game that I paid for. Like seriously, it's ridiculous. Bungie doesn't even let us make constructive criticism or give them ideas. So, yeah, I mean, they listen to their streamers. If they give everyone everything, people will burn out with that too. I disagree with you completely. That I'm going to be saying that is a stupid argument. Guys, we're going to bottleneck what you can do versus everything that you own and pay for, which is years of content. We're not going to let you, we're going to make sure you just can't play that anymore. Or if you do it, there's no point. I think that's incredibly stupid. Like the burn rate of a pocket versus the entire game. If someone plays the entire game and gets burnt out, that is a you problem. That is a you problem. Most Destiny players aren't going to consume the entire game at contest level that quick, unless they're a streamer or speedrunners or whatever. But your day-to-day people are not going to consume that content that quick. If you could do and play everything, at what point would find satisfaction anything new? So your justification is, guys, you can't play the new, you're not playing the new stuff because you're still playing the old stuff. Guys, you paid for the game, and instead of making you play how you want to play, we want you to buy the new stuff. That is the most corporate bullshit argument I have ever fucking heard. What I'm asking for is currently we have a very small pocket of stuff coming into Edge of Fate, which we don't even know the expansion is bringing anything, but the portal has very select activities with the modifiers. But if you open up the entire game, if I want to do contest mode, Vault, King's Fall, Salvation's Edge, Crota's End, Root of Nightmares, whatever else, Guard of Salvation, Last Wish, like hell, how many people would love to challenge themselves to do Last Wish contest mode again? That would be interesting to see how that would turn out with how things are. Or if I want to play Altars of Sorrow, but on Grandmaster mode, or Blind Well Grandmaster mode, like, or do a Lost Sector Grandmaster mode to challenge myself. Like, the more you can do, the better. Right now, you're talking about burnout rate. The burnout rate will happen faster with the less content than with the overall game. Again, it's the same situation of Bungie overemphasizing. People will get tired of that. No one's See, you're giving a bullshit, intellectually dishonest argument, and then people will get tired of that and so on. If they get tired of the game, listen, your argument is incredibly stupid because it's based on the fact that you're saying, well, they're going to get bored of it. They were going to get fucking bored of it anyways. If people get bored because they beat the whole game, then that's them. But literally, guys, less content, they're not going to get bored. No, they're going to get bored anyways. So the people who actually want to play the rest of the game, it benefits them. Like, you're talking about a very small, but it's content we've already played for the last 10 years. What's different? Again, you're talking about, you're coming from your perspective. You're not talking about the overall Exactly. Burnout will happen no matter, but giving it all will make it last longer. Because you're coming from your perspective. You're thinking about yourself and only yourself. But you're asking for the whole game. Yes. The whole fucking game you should be able to modify and play how you want to play. If I bought Shadowkeep, I should be able to modify and play how I want with Shadowkeep. If I want to do the legendary or the Grandmaster campaign, I should be able to do that. If I want to do Grandmaster the final shape, or if I want to modify it, I should be able to do that. I don't understand how you don't understand. You're trying to justify Bungie bottlenecking content and using burnout as an excuse, whereas no matter how much you try to argue this point, you're fucking wrong, because you're going to get the same fucking results, but at a quicker pace by bottlenecking content. Do you think if less content is consumed that people will stick around? Oh, guys, you only have 15 activities in the portal. Once you've consumed it, that's it. Versus an entire fucking game. And just because I don't understand that. And is everyone going to consume content in the same rate? No. Is everyone going to playing how you want is a problem? Yes. Let people play how they want to play. That's the thing. Bottlenecking, or let people play what they want and how they want. It's a crazy idea. I want you to, you're using burnout as an excuse, and it's a shitty one. I want you to tell me how it hurts the game by letting players play old content how they want. Because the only argument you've made is burnout, which we know is true for even the small amount of content, and they're not going to have a reason to play the new content, which is a fucking Bungie problem. Like, last I checked, I'm a consumer. I'm not here to suck the balls of Bungie, but having more doesn't guarantee that people will play more either. But having more doesn't guarantee that people will play. Okay, so, but that's not what we're arguing. For the people who do want to play Destiny, it should be open. Again, you're using a nonsensical argument. Like, you have no valid logical point. Your argument is incredibly stupid. It is incredibly stupid. Guys, but what about the players who don't want to play the entire game? Then tell me, making the game open for anything, tell me, how does it hurt the people who don't want to play it? Tell me, how does it hurt them? Point on the chart. How does making the game available to play however you want? Tell me how it hurts you. Tell me. Tell me how it hurts those people who don't want to invest in it. Someone doesn't want to do contest mode Vault Glass. Tell me how wanting to do it and playing and consuming that content, tell me how it hurts them. How does it hurt the game? How does it hurt them? Point on the chart, please. Tell me, explain to me, how does it hurt? How I want to play the game and the modifiers that I want to choose, if I want to do day one King's Fall and I've got my clan and we're playing because new players who join the game, it's overwhelming. Tell me, is that a problem with me, or is that a problem with the new player experience? You're explaining the problem is the new player experience. Which, by the way, it's already fucking confusing. That is a shitty argument. The new player experience is already fucking bad, and it seems like it's only going to get worse in the Edge of Fate expansion. So that's a nothing burger. You're speaking from perspective of someone who's played the game, so it's limited scope. No, I literally just played the new player experience. That is a new player issue that Bungie needs to resolve. The new player experience is separate from being able to play how you want to play. Me playing, by the way, I just want to say that is the most stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard. Let's come back to that. Let's talk about that. Because new players who join the game, it's overwhelming. It is insane that when you click an activity and it does a drop down box and it clearly tells you the level, and it gives you a light level, like you can't do ultimate unless you're a certain light level. How is it fucking confusing? Do you play a brand new game and it gives you a difficulty saying hard, easy, normal? Is that confusing to you as a new player? I go load up Doom right now and there's levels, or Borderlands. There's normal, there's Vault Hunter, and there's Ultimate Vault Hunter. Tell me, is that fucking hard to understand? I didn't know that we are in a day and age where people are so fucking stupid that they don't understand what difficulty levels mean. And here's the thing. What is a new player fucking doing in Vault of Glass anyways? You have to have some experience with a base game first before you jump into raids. I'm not saying it's confusing for me. I can just put myself in someone else's shoes. Why are you so triggered? Because you're being stupid. You're using an intellectually dishonest argument. I'm not saying it's confusing for me, but I put myself in the shoes. Why are you? You're not putting yourself in other people's shoes because you're assuming that people are fucking stupid. Again, the argument of it's overwhelming. It's not overwhelming because when they choose, like, let's use an example. Trying to join the game. Trying to enjoy the game. Yes, so why can't other people enjoy the game too? Listen, when I choose Wellspring, there's a difficulty. Right now, it's normal, and then there's like an expert mode, right? There's an expert mode, right? Wow, maybe we literally have levels right now. Vault of Glass, there's a master version, and there's the normal version. Tell me, is that overwhelming? When you play a new video game and you have difficulty settings, is that overwhelming? You're using very intellectually dishonest arguments that have no impact, and it doesn't impact any new player whatsoever. It does not impact anyone whatsoever. The problem that you have is a separate problem, which I agree is the new player experience, which Bungie is not doing anything about. Your argument is based on it's overwhelming. It already fucking is. The status quo is already overwhelming. Bungie isn't changing that. They haven't advertised that they're changing that. So your argument is already being destroyed before you can even say it's an argument. How can you say that and you're not a new player? Because I did the new player experience. I literally ran through a new character to experience it myself. It's not that fucking hard. It is brain dead to sit there, guys. You gotta think, by the way, you're not a fucking new player either. You just said you weren't. So stop being a hypocrite. You're making a nonsensical argument that has no merit at all because it's just like playing a video game where you start a new game and you get to choose, but you already knew everything about the game at the point. But that's not the argument you're making. That is a separate argument. The new player experience is a separate problem. Tell me, should new players be jumping into Vault of Glass? LMAO. Tell me right now. Should new players jump right into Vault of Glass? Should they run into a dungeon? I tried getting into friends and they stopped playing it because it was too much. Yes, you tried getting your friends to play because the new player experience is bad. I can't believe we're having an argument and we're so fucking stupid. Yes, the new player experience is ass, but them adding modifiers does not change that at all. It doesn't make it worse. Because the status quo is still the same. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, what are you saying? They should be able to play whatever they want? No? Yes. Me playing Vault of Glass on contest mode does not impact someone who is already struggling because the new player system is ass. These are two separate systems that you're trying to argue about. Being able to play how you want to play versus with a new player experience. And again, this guy's going to be rage bait. Oh, he's like he's the dumbest part of the community. Yeah, I mean, I'm done with this. I think you guys are right. I mean, we're going in a circle, and he knows what he's doing. He's being intellectually dishonest. I'm just banning him. Goodbye. You're wrong. You know you're wrong. You're being intellectually disingenuous. What's the difference? You know the difference. You're literally being intellectually dishonest. Sorry, that is the first time I've banned someone live on stream, but that's because I spent like, I don't know, 20 minutes arguing with someone because of how disingenuous, just how incredibly disingenuous you are. Let me make this very clear. Let's make it very clear. Let's make it very clear. I played the new player experience. I experienced it from beginning to end. We have an 8-hour stream of me going through it. It is a bad experience, and I'm not arguing against that. It is very overwhelming. I'm not a brand new player, and I was overwhelmed and confused. I hated the experience because they taught you how to crouch, they told you how to shoot and how to aim, but they never once told you how to reload your gun. They didn't teach you how to slide. They don't teach you about like Glimmer. They don't teach you about mods until the Guardian rank bullshit later. Like, they don't even teach you how to modify your weapons. They don't tell you about like there's a lot of things that is wrong with the entirety of the new player experience. We're not arguing about that. We're not arguing about that. I agree with you. The new player experience is overwhelming. But that is a singular problem. Being able to play the entire game how you want has zero fucking impact on anyone else. If my clan decides to go do all 9 raids and we have new modifiers and we have new difficulty, we can do all raids at day 1 level, then that's what we should be able to do. A new player, guess what? If the system is done right, the game will teach them in a tutorial. In fact, a good new player experience will have Explorer mode. Explorer mode, like for dungeons, they will teach them dungeons, teach them about levels, teach them about power level, introduce them with kits that help them get started. In fact, I would even argue, I think there should be Explorer mode raids, which let 6 people randomly matchmake, where it teaches you the mechanics and you teach them at a unfailable mode where you just go through and you can learn how to do a raid. That's but that's separate. That is a new player experience that Bungie has to fix. Being able to choose modifiers and be able to chase, to be able to play any other old content, that has zero impact on a new player. Zero. How I play the game has zero impact on anyone else. Like, let's be honest. It has zero impact, and you know the difference. You lost the argument about burnout, and so you moved to this new player bullshit. It is a bullshit argument. Because if people get burnout with the entire game, guess what? They were going to get burnout anyways with the small pocket of it. Like, we're trying to argue that players are going to get burnt out. They're going to get burnt out no matter what. That's a bottom dollar. People are going to get tired of Destiny. They're going to move on. That has happened for years. It's going to happen. But when they restrict to a smaller amount of content, it's going to cause players to get bored and burned out quicker. It's going to happen quicker. I hope this is a nice PSA and education to people who want to suck the balls of Bungie and not use their brain. Because this is unacceptable that we're having to have this argument about letting players play how they want to play. It is insane. It is like trying to tell someone I don't think there should be difficulty scalars in new games like Doom. You shouldn't be able to do like nightmare mode because new players are going to be too overwhelmed because they don't understand the difference between normal and in nightmare mode. They can't handle that. So we got to dumb down the game because new players are fucking stupid apparently, which I don't agree. I think a new player can see levels and understand. And guess what? Bungie could easily improve that as well by specifically stating what each level does. What does Adept do? What does Expert do? What does Master do? What does Grandmaster do? What does Ultimate do? They could do better to explain that to new players. If you're so concerned that players are too fucking stupid, then they can advertise that. Like, come on. We are trying to give Bungie so much slack and leeway for their egregious way of how they're handling content. You're trying to give them so much slack for no reason. There's no justification. But this is like a 42-minute of ranting. And I'll see if I edit it or not. But let me know what you think down below. Sorry about the rant at the end. I will put timestamps if you made it to the end. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.